What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving away the best streaming tips for beginners and anyone just in general. These are tips that I've learned over 3 years worth of streaming, and I just wish somebody had shared them with me sooner so I could get to where I wanted to go faster. So hopefully that's what this video does for you guys. Let's get into it. Pick your streaming platform or platforms, plural, multi-streaming being your best option. What does this mean? Well, social media users are habitual, so they're going to be using the apps that they normally use day to day, whether that's Twitch, whether that's YouTube, whether that's TikTok, and so on. So you need to be available and present on all those platforms for your reach to be the widest and farthest it can be. If you were known, someone famous and popular, then people would change their daily habit and their routine to move to the platform where you are if they liked your content. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically, you need to drive them to you. You need to drive a potential audience, potential viewers to you. And the best way to do that when you're starting out and when you're not big is to be everywhere you can be. Download your streaming software and set up other streaming services. It's basic, but this is the cornerstone for what you need to do when you're getting started. You need to pick a streaming software, whether that's OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS, and there's many other streaming platform or softwares. And you also use other streaming services. You probably want a bot to handle the chat and what's going on there, so you can choose from a variety of bots. There's also different alert setups and systems and software that you can take advantage of that way, preferably Stream Elements. That's a good one. So you just kind of need to do a basic general setup to get things started. Save your money, try to make do with what you have at the start. What this is basically saying is you need to start streaming before you think about investing and purchasing a bunch of things. You should ideally have a decent enough computer to get started already, so you don't need to invest any hardware there. You should have a decent enough microphone, a decent enough webcam. That's all you really need. You just need to be able to run your stream. People need to be able to hear you and see you because you're not the exception. You want people to have the best engagement with you possible, and viewing you, hearing you, that's a big part of that. Pick a category to stream. You want to just kind of settle down and choose what it is you're going to be doing, whether or not you want to do some cooking, you want to do some music streams, write some music live, perform some music live, or most of us, we're gamers, so we want to pick a game that we like to play. We think that we have something of value to add and share and meet other people that are also in that community. So that's something that you want to think about early on. Create a persona and think about your live stream presence. What are you doing on your live stream? Why are you there? Are you yourself, but you're a little bit more high energy? Are you a completely different character? Think about how you're going to look, the vibe you're going to bring, right? The energy. Create an Excel or Google sheet to document all stream related items. This is a really important one that a lot of people miss or don't think about early on. And it comes from just being generally prepared for promoting your brand, creating your brand. You want to be able to write an idea down off the fly. You don't want to forget something that you think might be really good later on. And, a couple of days after, you had the idea in your head, you got busy with something and then it's gone, right? So it's good to have a stream guide, a brand guide, and just put all your ideas there, everything that you're kind of doing there, all of what you can envision that encompasses your stream and your online brand into a set of documents so that you can basically explain it to yourself and be able to explain it to somebody else. It's just a good way to organize yourself, and it shows that you're serious. And if you're not willing to do that and it's just a hobby thing for you, no worries. But that's something to consider if you actually are serious enough to want to pursue a streaming journey that's, potentially going to be your side hustle. Set up your streaming software, test connection, create a few different scenes, etc. Basically, you need a baseline. You've downloaded your software, you have a bunch of little tools to help you out. You could start your stream right now, but you need something to stream. You need the scenes, the sources, etc. So you want to set up all that stuff and kind of create a baseline for where you're at. Whether it's a starting and ending stream scenes, just a AFK scene, a just chatting scene, a game scene. Like your main scene and a just chatting scene are basically the minimum. So you have to at least start there. You can come up with a few more, but don't get too carried away. Just create the basic scene structure and setup for your stream so that 3 to 5 scenes are there available for you to use. And it gives you a setup of where you want to go and what you're going to be doing. Set up some basic panels, a profile photo, a banner, the ability to donate, etc. It's unlikely you're going to get donations, especially if it's early on, but always leaving that option, that door open, is very important, because otherwise you might miss out on something. You could have gotten a donation and you didn't, because there was no way to somebody to donate for you. You want it so that when somebody jumps onto your social media, whether that's Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, what have you, it looks decent from a click-in view. It's simple, basic, and people can understand the degree of commitment that you're putting in. Go live. Just hit go live. Just try a stream. You know, obviously preparation is good, but you need to actually commit to the streaming, and you don't want to spend so much time just thinking about getting this set up, that set up, I'm missing this, or I need that. You want to just go live, try it. Your first stream is going to be, I don't like saying it's going to be terrible, but it's not going to be your best, not even close. If you stream 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, do you think the first time you streamed was remotely close to as good as the other iterations you streamed? No. So it's not going to be your best work, and that's okay. You're learning. And the whole point of it is to get started and learn sooner rather than later. Therefore, you can get to where you want to go faster. Take notes on your stream. After you end your stream, think about what went right, what went wrong. Did you have a good time? Was that worth it? Did you meet somebody? Maybe you'll meet somebody next time. How did you feel? All these things are important in knowing whether or not streaming is going to be feasible for you long term. And it's something you have to kind of think about and reflect about. So taking notes on how that stream went or what happened on that stream is very valuable. These were actually just 10 of 100 pro streaming tips. A full list of tips is available on my Patreon, along with a video where I break down each tip, revealing everything I've learned after having streamed for just over 3 years. I'm also constantly working on widgets and stream assets that are available there as well. No need to pay outrageous amounts for asset packs or load yourself up with extra work. Let me handle the stream production while you do the streaming. Less than an hour's pay per month, and you don't have to deal with all the stream production hassle. Trust me, it's worth it, and something I wish I could have taken advantage of when I started. Hope to see you over there. Until next time, clock out.